Hey guys, it's MMFQ Death here, and today I am going to do a little video for you guys that I've been planning on doing for a while, but every single time I go to record this, someone drives by my window, which is open because it's extremely hot outside. But anyway, we're going to be doing a review on how Cydia works. So as you guys can see, you are currently on my iPad screen. I'm recording with Display Recorder, which is a Cydia tweak that you can purchase. And let's go ahead and load up Cydia. So as soon as you load up Cydia, you're going to see this. And I know that you guys always complain when I ramble, but I have to put this in there. Basically, this is going to be kind of like a showcase for people who don't really understand what jailbreaking is or why they'd want to do it. It's also not illegal, as many people think that it is. It's just not advised by Apple because then it's not in their policy. But anyway, this is Cydia. Think of this as your new app store. Now, obviously, you're still going to use your old app store for apps. This is more for tweaks or system-based apps or anything like that. So as soon as you load it up, you can go straight into featured, which is one of the first things I would suggest unless you already know what you're doing and you're going to add sources. Now, basically, go to Tools to start with. Now, Activator by Ryan Petrich is something that a lot of the tweaks are going to utilize, so I would advise getting that. Now, basically, whenever you go to download something, you're just going to click on it. Now, I already have it installed, so this would say up in the corner, it would not say modify. It would normally say install. Now, when you click on it, now, if I were to reinstall it, this would come up. Now, there are two things you can do. You can either hit confirm and do it right away, or you can hit continue queuing. And what that'll do is it'll allow you to either A, install multiple tweaks, B, install some, delete some, or pretty much any combination of modifying any of them. Now I'm going to hit cancel. Keep in mind, if you ever hit cancel, it is going to throw every one of the things in your queue away. So if you accidentally click install on something that you don't want, basically what you would do is after you hit continue queuing, you could just go back up here like this, and you could hit remove. Or I think it's clear is the actual one when you haven't installed it yet, and you could do that and then just hit continue queuing again. Just make sure that you don't hit cancel unless you want your entire queue to go away. Another one is 5 icons act. That's really nice for iPhone, but if you're on an iPad like I am, I wouldn't advise it because I'll show you guys another tweak later that actually does the job better and has more features. But 5 icons dock is free, and the one I'm going to show you guys isn't, so that's one thing to keep in mind. The next one is manual correct. iFile is really good, but not if you don't know what you're doing. Manual correct is for those of you who just hate that iOS autocorrect. So you can go ahead and get that. Another one is SB settings. And what SB settings is if you guys see I swipe my top bar up there, this will come down. It stands for Springboard settings. Now your Springboard is, for those of you who are familiar with Windows, the equivalent on iOS of the explorer.exe file. So basically it controls like your foreground environment, your display, such like that. Now you can go ahead and respring, which basically is resetting it. You have full power options. Now, if I were to hit power, this would come up. I can either reboot, power off, safe mode, or lock. So we're just going to hit cancel. Some of these toggles that I have in here are other Cydia tweaks. You also have a quick launch dock that you can set up, which I haven't. You have a refresh button, which will just refresh like your IP data and all that. Then you also have processes, which you can click on and free up memory. And basically what that'll do is it will give you more available system memory. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of there. Now the next one is Winterboard, and that is probably the biggest reason for a lot of people to jailbreak an iDevice, and that is to give you themes. So that's always cool. Now you can always go through the rest of these categories here as soon as it wants to load. You can always go through the rest of these, but I'm not going to. You guys can check them out for yourself. Any questions or concerns, just post them in the comments or private message me or something. In here are all of the different sections that tweaks or anything are stored under. You can browse through those as well. Now, you guys may not have all of these like I do because some of them are only for different sources or how they get added. Now, changes is where you're going to go to find updates. So basically, I'm going to refresh here, and it's going to update my changes. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to tell me if I have any updates. It is going to show me the newest things added to Cydia as of the date and time. So these, and then it'll organize every one of the new at May, or if I were to go down far enough to find the next section. I think I just passed it. Probably not. All right. Well, if I were to go down low enough to find the next category, like right here, you can see that it separates them, and it goes by alphabetical order from each section, so not as a whole. So that can be deceiving. Now, in installed, this is kind of for an iPad only thing, because if you were actually on an iPhone or an iPod, this would actually be, this installed and sources would be underneath of manage, and it would be packages and sources. Packages would take you to the installed, and sources would take you over to the sources, which we'll get to here in a second. So these are basically all of the tweaks or apps that you have installed on your device. And they go in alphabetical order with a quick jump section right over here. And then you can switch from simple mode and expert mode, which basically just hides certain things. In case you don't want to know the system stuff, such as like APT transitional, like you probably will know what that is, so you don't need to show it. I believe hitting simple will hide that. Maybe not. Well, I think it's supposed to, but you know, I know it hides some things, but yeah. Anyway, that's that. You can remove tweaks by, say you want to go into AppCake. You can modify and then remove in here, and again, you can add that to a queue, or you can just hit confirm and go ahead and start it. So sources. These are probably the biggest part of Cydia. Without these, it would not work. So that is pretty much the end of that discussion. You can look up different sources, and a lot of them are all over. Big Boss and a couple of the other ones in here, such as Cydia Teleferno, Dev Team, Zod TTD, and modmy.com. Repositories all come default in Cydia when you jailbreak. Other than that, the other ones I have in here, like iPhoneCake.com, InsanelyI, moviebox.x10.mx, hackyouriphone.org, Sinful iPhone Repo, and the iPhone 741 My Repo Space. Those are all like added by me. You can add a source by hitting Edit and then Add here in the corner. Then you can just type in the URL and you would hit Add Source, and then it will bring up the loading window in the center and start to load in the sources packages. Keep in mind, you do not want to add too many sources, or else you'll get an error, and Cydia will be unusable until you delete one of the sources. Cydia has a maximum package hosting of 65,535 packages, and the default ones already have 40,000. So basically, you only have room for an additional 25,000 items. Now, when you have stuff like Sinful iPhone Repo on there, that adds a lot of packages. So just keep in mind, you can't use too many without Cydia stopping working. If it does, it's a simple fix. You just go into Cydia, go into sources, and then just delete a couple of sources. And you can do that by either sliding your finger, or you can just hit edit and then the little minus sign. So yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I can actually delete that one. Anyway. So then the last feature is search. Now basically, this isn't anything too special, but we're just going to type in movie box just for giggles to show you guys, like, yeah, hey, look, yeah, you can like go and do this, and it's awesome. Well, apparently this is the one 2.2 from that movie box repository, and it's the same version in InsanelyI. Anyway, so that's basically the entirety of Cydia as far as the most confusing things are concerned. So anyway, you guys, thank you all for watching. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and post them down below in the comments, or private message me or something like that. If you guys enjoyed the video, or if it helps you out at all, I would really appreciate a like. And I love getting feedback from you guys, so any of it, good or bad, is always appreciated. Anyway, it's been MMFQ Death, and peace out. Thank you all for watching.